Welcome to the Discussion Lab, the show where we talk about issues that make us tick as people. I am your host, Sammy Moore.
I have so many ideas. I have so many policies. Can I say policies? I don't know. I have so many thoughts and little things that I do that I want to share with you. I may not share everything. I hope to share as much as I can. And one of the things I want to share with you today is something I do for myself, or I do to myself, and I want to share with you. And I start by asking a question. What have you done this week that puts a smile on your face? What have you done this week that makes you happy? What have you done this week for you? I guess it became 3 questions. The point is, I always ask myself this question every year, right? What did I do this year that made me happy? What big dream, what big goal did I achieve? And then that's at the end of the year. At the beginning of the year, I ask myself, what do I want to achieve realistically, given my current trajectory so far? And I list it down and I break it down to a 3-month goal so that it's easy for me to track. And sometimes I even break it down to 1-month goal. And I do that quite a lot. And in the process, I have little things. Those are big goals, but I'm a people's person. What do I mean? I love to build connections with people. I love really intellectually and emotionally connecting with people. And one of the things that I do is also to spend time with myself. And so every week I remind myself, or most weeks, because there are weeks that have gone by that I failed, but majority of the time, I ask myself, this week, what would I love to do that will make me happy? And I normally ask myself on a Sunday evening when I'm settling in bed. So I normally like to be in bed early Sundays if I can, and just think around what I did last week and what I'm going to do in the coming weeks. And so this is one of the things that I ask myself that I feel comfortable sharing with you now, right? What can I do this week that will put a smile on my face? And it doesn't have to be work related at all. That's the funny thing. I have goals that I want to do in the week, but these could be little things that make me feel like at least this was for me. So one of the things is really going for walks. And it doesn't have to be long walks. It's sometimes my average walk is between 5 to 10 minutes. So 5 minutes one way and then 5 minutes back. It's really as much as I do. But within those time, I don't even take my phone sometimes. And if I do, it's even on silent anyways. And I don't want to listen to anything. It's just me and nature. Luckily for me, in the past couple of years, when I'm looking for places, or I happen to live in places where it's close to nature, or there's a trail not so far off. So I love really walking around natural elements. It's just something that really calms me down. So most of the time when I wake up in the early and I can afford it, that's something I do in a week that makes me happy. Just for me, it's not work related. It's not always about going to the gym and doing this and always professional growth. It's just one little thing for me that makes me happy. And so that's something I want to pass for you. Ask yourself, what can I do this week that will make me happy? Sometimes it's really as changing my bed sheet. Can you imagine? It's really like, yeah, I've had this bed sheet for too long. I've had it for a week or 2 weeks, maximum 2 weeks, and I want to change it. It's too long for me. And if I do that, I'm like, I did something great for me this week. It's not work related, but it made me happy. Sometimes it could be calling my mom. Sometimes it could be calling one of my brothers or my sisters. And sometimes it's one of my friends that I haven't heard from so long. So every 2 weeks, I try to call a friend that I have been thinking of. And that's something that is very, very key to me. So I do this every week, and I realize that as much as I do them, they are little pieces, but they add up in the bigger picture. It makes me almost every week feel a bit happier with myself, at least one tiny bit content to myself that at least I did something for me, right? Either I went for a walk, or I made a phone call that I always wanted to make, or I went to a park that I always wanted to check out. Sometimes it's really going to a bike shop. There was one time that I wanted to do something for me. I went to a motorbike show alone. Nobody, no friends, just me alone. I did it alone. And there are times I've gone to a motorbike shop, because for some of you out there who know me, I'm a bit of a bike. I don't ride it, but I love bikes, right? And so I just love checking them out. And that's something that I like doing for me. One of my brothers does this so well, where he spends a lot of time with himself, traveling, going on bicycle rides, even traveling to other cities, or just with himself alone. I really admire that. And I think he and I discussed this many years ago before he started, and I can't even compare myself to him. He's doing really great at it, and I have to even catch up to him because we love to travel around, especially old, quiet places, just around different cultures, to just be around and appreciate it and have a very peaceful moment with ourselves. And so that's something I want to leave with you today. What did you do last week that made you happy? Or what are you going to do this coming week that will make you happy? Just think about it. Play around it in any different way, shape, or form. It could be reading a line from your favorite book. It doesn't have to be work related. It could be taking a deep shower. I have this shower when I call personal showers. It can take over an hour, sometimes an hour and a half. But before that, I have to have a proper meal because by the time I'm done, I'm starving. And I take my time to be aware that I'm bathing every part of my skin. I trim my nails, do everything self-care. And it's just something I do for me. And so I hope you got something out of this. But hey, what do I know? I'm really just a naive observer in life. I know nothing. Peace.